Fun is losing weight. It's a mindset. WBZ's Lori Kirby speaks with Julio Salado of Malden, author of Breakout, of Breaking Even, and the founder of Fitness Foundry in Malden.
My name is Julio Salado. I'm the author of Breakout of Breaking Even, 3-step proven methods for long-term weight loss. And you can find me on fitnessfoundry.net.
3 steps. You make it sound so easy. If only it were. Let's break it down. What are these 3 steps? And should we, maybe even before we get there, Julio, do you think the psychology sometimes blocks us?
Oh, 100% agree. That's what I call the roller coaster of weight loss and gain. So many of us have experienced weight loss in the past, whether it was 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 50 pounds, but we have that also memory of gaining weight back again. And with that comes fear, even fear of success. So the first step is we learn from our past. We just have a smarter way of approaching it and realistic way. It's based on my AIM method, AIM, assessment, initiate, and motivate. So first we need to assess where we are with our current fitness and assess what our goal is going to be short-term and long-term. And Lori, I hate to use this word, it has to be realistic. So if we are saying we want to lose 5 pounds a week, after you go through the assessment protocols, which is free on my website too, you will learn, hey, you know what, it's more realistic if I lose half a pound a week because it's sustainable and it's based on my lifestyle.
Is this all about the exercise, or is it also food intake?
Well, we can never outrun our nutrition. That's first and foremost. My system is not based on food. It's based on education, on knowing the caloric density of what you're eating. And nowadays, it's law that every food has a label on it. So now you can compare, hey, do I want to have a handful of nuts, which is 800 calories, going on the high end, versus some protein and a whole bunch of veggies that more portion and much lower calories. So that's the first part for the education and nutrition front. The second front is the physical activity. Not everyone has access to a gym. That's irrelevant. What I would like people to understand is that you want to be efficient in the time you designate for activity. My website, and this is free information, you want to know how many calories you actually burn per activity. So walking versus pretend swimming, swimming versus cycling, gardening versus exercising a workout program. Once you know how many calories you're burning for that activity, then you can combine that and your nutrition, and that will create a deficit for that week. And then that's how it adds up to a half a pound or a pound.
Right. All right. And then what's the next step?
Motivate. The life lessons I've learned, even for myself, because I've gone through the roller coaster, even knowing what I know, is having someone, at least in the beginning, that holds you accountable and supports you.
You said someone. It's not enough to have a scale, because we know what we can do. I kicked it under the bureau when I didn't like the results.
Oh, and then it's a relationship, so it's a love-hate relationship. So, right, isn't it? It's like, I don't want to speak to you. You're going to tell me what I don't want to hear.
Yes.
But on the flip side, a person like myself or another coach would say, you know what? Let's look at the big picture. You actually made some serious progress because now you are having 2 creams in your iced coffee rather than 4 creams. So give you a high five. You're actually now doing 10 more minutes walking around the block versus 3 weeks ago when you didn't even want to leave the house. So it's this behavior modification, lifestyle changes, the way I approach it would lead to the long-term results. I don't want anyone to have short-term results could be based on just like a crash diet, but what happens after the crash diet? I want to help with the psychology and build the confidence.
You lost so much weight in 2019. Bravo. So I'm assuming you followed your own AIM program.
Yes, I had the knowledge, but I just could not get out of first gear. So I had to swallow my pride and ego and look at my track record. I was like, I need someone to hold my hand and just remind me that I know what I'm doing and hold me accountable. And then that's what I did.
Yeah, and how much did you lose?
Right now, I lost close to over 70 pounds. And then after I lost the bulk of the weight, Lori, because not everyone has to lose that amount of weight, I wanted to revisit my body composition, and I call that body sculpting. I don't want anyone to be skinny, but have a high body fat percentage, because that's not conducive to health. Your high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So it covers both areas. You lose the weight, but you also start to build muscle so you can change your body composition. Why not?
Why not? All right, so AIM is assessment, initiate, and motivate.
You got it.
What's your website?
Fitnessfoundry.net. Also on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
And I can say you're a really nice guy. I got to hand it to you because I have struggled with my weight up and down, and I know what it takes, and I just want to say you did great in 2019. Keep it going, Julio.
Oh, thank you, and I want to give a shout-out to everyone and anyone who's thinking, I can't do it, I'm thinking about doing it. Do it. Today is the day. Give it a shot. You're worth it.
Julio Solano with Fitness Foundry in Malden, speaking with WBZ's Lori Kirby. It is 7:51.